Alright, what is going on, people of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Max Speed. Today we'll be taking a look at the Pulmonoscorpius, because somehow this thing got the popular vote from anything in Ark. Honestly, I could have accepted the Mega Piranha before this. It's kind of interesting, actually. Doing a Max Speed Pulmonoscorpius video, I thought that maybe it would be an interesting idea to kind of have a series dedicated to how to fix a certain creature in Ark. So, for the Scorpion, it would be interesting to make a video just kind of talking about how to do a TLC patch for it, because it really is terrible, and I can't honestly believe that they didn't go over the Scorpion when they brought the first TLC patch through. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of discuss and talk about, and if you leave in the comments a suggestion for how you would personally fix the Pulmonoscorpius, and I would, if I made a video about it and I included something from your suggestion, I'd be 100% fully sure to give credit where credit is due. I'll post the comments in the video, I'll talk about it, I'll discuss what I think about it, what I like. But how I would personally fix the Scorpion was I would make it so that it would have 2 attacks, because right now the Scorpion only has 1. That's not good. That really isn't good. I mean, there's so many creatures in Ark where they have multiple things. I mean, yesterday we looked at the Therizinosaurus, which has 3. It's got its right click, left click, and its C, and they all do different things. You're not going to need to use 1 in every single situation. The Scorpion, though, you right-click, does nothing. You press C, does nothing. It only has a left-click, and it's random. It does either your pincer attack, or it will do your tail swing. And I think that's kind of a stupid mistake on the part of the Ark devs, because it could really be a lot more interesting, because the Scorpion has a lot of potential, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't fill any role. There's no benefit to having a Scorpion. There's really no reason to tame it whatsoever other than getting kibble for Rexes, but it barely even does that. It doesn't harvest anything. It only has 3-star efficiency for both meat and hide. It doesn't really knock things out very well. Not when you compare it to like a high-end crossbow blueprint. And the problem that it has is its torpor is just so slow. So I'm reading on the wiki that the torpor gain from the sting is equal to 3 times the damage dealt. So for every single bit of damage that you will do with the Scorpion, it'll do 3 torpor, which is actually a bit worse than most other weapons. I think that the crossbow is closer to 5 or 7 torpor per damage that it deals, but the Scorpion is much worse. So if you're going to try and knock something out, you're more likely to kill it with the Scorpion than you would be if you were just using the crossbow or by far tranquilized darts. And it's too slow, because you see here we hit that Dilo, and this is a very low level server, because it's just on my center single player, and it takes 2 hits and 10 seconds to knock it out, when this Scorpion has nearly 400% melee damage. So you can see here I'm ready to type in the cheat to give it imprint quality. But there's really no point in doing that, because the Scorpion doesn't get imprinting, because you can't breed them. They have genders in Ark. I mean, there's male and female Scorpions that you can tame. They lay eggs, but you can't breed Scorpions. You can't get a baby Scorpion. It's not in the game. They were supposed to bring out breeding for insects and arthropluras and arthropods a long time ago, but they never did. They went over to the ocean creatures, which I never use. I never really have bred any kind of mosasaur, even though I'm sure they're quite strong. It's just... But there's no Scorpion breeding, there's no arthropluras, there's no mantis, none of the sort, when there really should be, because I think that would be a good buff for the Scorpion. On to how I would actually buff the Scorpion. I would give it 2 attacks. The first would be a right click, and that would be its stinger. So it would fire the stinger forward and it would hit anything. And I think it needs a bit of a buff in the sense that its torpor, the amount of torpor that it does should be increased. So for every bit of damage it does, it should do maybe 7 or 8 torpor instead of 3. And it should be applied faster, because as you can see here, I'm going to hit a couple of these raptors. And I got pinned off. That's another way that the Scorpion would just get you killed if you ever tried to use one, is you just get pinned off by a raptor. And that's fine. The raptor has to be able to pin you off of certain things, but the Scorpion doesn't have enough going for it already that it's worth picking a Scorpion when there is danger of a raptor. But you see here, I'm chasing this thing around forever and ever and ever, and finally it passes out, and it's only level 25, and this is a perfect tame 150 Scorpion. So I would make it so that its right click would do more torpor, and you could choose when to use it. And I think that its left click attack should be its little pincers, its little claws, and they look pretty sharp. So I would say that they should pierce armor. So if you hit a player who's wearing full flak, it should just hit them like normal. I mean, a Scorpion isn't going to be very threatening. If you ever get into the position where a Scorpion being ridden by an enemy player is chasing after you and hitting you, it's kind of your own fault. I mean, all you need to do is bowl it, or pin it with a thyla, or a raptor, or literally anything. So I think that it should be able to pinch through armor and cut through armor. And I think that its right click should definitely receive a buff. And I think that'd be a good start to make the Scorpion better. It's got pretty bad carrying, but its movement speed's pretty good. You could see that I was able to easily outrun that raptor once the Scorpion had max speed. It starts at a 200% and it gets 2% per level, and I think we come out at about 346, which is a lot. It is. But think about the process of leveling up the Scorpion to that point. Taking a Scorpion around the map and getting 73 levels on it would be a very long and barely endurable process. But as you can see here, we're chasing this Parasaur around, and it's not a good level or anything. It just takes forever to knock out because the Scorpion's Torpor adds and increases so slowly. And finally we knock it out here in the middle of the river, so it will probably drown. But that's kind of all I have to say about the Scorpion. Yesterday I did a stream, and we played Hero Storm. It was a lot of fun, actually. I think we had up to 10 people viewing it at one point, which was really cool. And I had a lot of fun with that. I kind of wanted to ask if we were ever going to do any streams in the future, what games people would want to see. Leave those in the comments. Leave your suggestions for what you would do to improve the Scorpion in the comments, and what you think of the max speed build and what we should do next. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of whatever we make. Thanks for watching. Come on. Peace.